switch that off so you can hear me. Hello and welcome back to In the Kitchen with Pen. Now, today we are having Barnsley chops for dinner. Some of you might be wondering, well, what the heck is a Barnsley chop? Well, a Barnsley chop is a double loin chop. 1, 2. So they're joined by this bone here. Loin chops, the butcher would just chop through there, and you'd have 2 little pork chops. Barnsley chops, because you're cooking them completely on the bone, they're going to have more flavour. They're absolutely delicious. These I got from the butcher's, Lowther Road, Dunstable. I'm not going to lie and tell you they're cheap, but then again, lamb isn't cheap, is it? It's really got quite expensive. Oh God, it really is quite expensive now. Now, these are going to be cooked really simply. I am going to season them with the usual suspects, starting salt, pepper, and what goes well with that? Well, mint does, yeah, but rosemary. So I'm going to be putting rosemary on mine, not on Steve's. But what you want to do first is you want to have these out of your fridge 20 minutes to half an hour before you want to cook them. And not only out of the fridge, but out of the packaging. And then you also want to pat them dry so that you are putting the seasoning onto a dry piece of meat. So I shall move you, bring you down, show you this. Right then, there's our chops, and we're just going to go on and we're going to be generous with seasoning. You don't have to be, oh, that's enough. Well, unless that's really what you want. But I'm going to be generous with my seasoning. Okay, and then I've got my rosemary, if I can find out which one. This is my rosemary. And I'm just going to put it on my chop, as I've said. And then what you need to do, sorry, but you've got to get your hands on the meat. You could wear gloves, but you want to push this seasoning into the meat. And then you turn over, and obviously you do the same. Oh, same on the other side, actually. Yeah, right, so salt, pepper, and rosemary. And pat it in, and then we need to start getting our pan warm. Leave that, don't leave it too long because I've used salt, so I'm going to get going as soon as we can. My pan is now hot, so we are going to sear the fat on these chops, and it should sizzle. Not a huge one, but there is a sizzle there. And what we need to do is to hold our chops upright to let some of this fat render off. And obviously I'm not going to use my hands because I'll end up burning myself. But I'm going to render these chops, the fat on these chops, for about, well, however long it takes, maybe 4 minutes, maybe 5. You want to get some fat into this pan. Right, I hope you can see we've got some fat in the pan, and there is the rendered steak. Now, it's not a steak, it's a chop. I am just going to turn them over and sear them quite heavily on both sides, just to get that colour, and then we will turn them down and we will cook for about 8 minutes, maybe 10. This pan is pretty darn hot, so the actual sear shouldn't take too long. As you can see, there you go, beautiful. Right, get the other side done. Then I'm going to just leave them, turn them down and leave them for about 5 minutes. Right, turning the hob down now. Now then, to finish these, and they haven't had very many minutes at all, I'm going to add a good knob of butter, yes, butter, and some garlic cloves. And once the butter has melted, I will start napping that over the chop. And nappe just means, sorry, let's switch this off, napping over the chop. And napping is just this. All I'm doing is just going like that with the butter. And then once I'm satisfied, these will be taken out. I will check the temperature. We don't want an overcooked lamb chop. We'll just leave those there for a couple more minutes. Right then, let's just check the temperature. And we are rising. We want it anywhere from 57 and over. So we'll just leave it a couple of hours, 56 there, 56 there. So another little nappe and we shall remove them. They smell absolutely delicious. I'm only hoping they're going to taste as good. Right, that's it. They're off. They're going on a plate to rest. Right then, it's time for our Barnsley chops to go on the plate. And I have added the resting juices to the gravy. And there we go, 1 and 2. Might as well pop the, it's not really cooked, mind. It's not bad. Right, and we'll just pour the remainder over the top. And plate's hot, Dozy Mare. That is how easy and quick it really is to cook a Barnsley chop, aka double loin chop. Now I'm going to take Steve's through and then we'll be back for the taste. Right then, Barnsley chop, double loin chop, an absolute breeze to cook. Okay, let's make no bones about that. It's a breeze to cook. I have got it with carrots, peas, new potatoes that once they were cooked, I just popped in some butter and some salt and pepper. And obviously a minty gravy made with the meat juices too. So let's just, now you want, lamb is best served a little pink, okay? There's no two ways about it. It is. But obviously if you don't like it pink, then, you know, I'm sorry. But look, beautifully pink, but it is cooked. That is so tender. I promise you, it's taking no chewing at all. And just the little bit of rosemary on there is just adding a little something. Just got some there with some of the gravy on too. Want to treat yourself, get to a butcher's, get some Barnsley chops. Perfect, delicious Sunday dinner. And actually for Steve and I, these work out much better value than a joint of lamb. So I think we paid £9 for the 2 chops, and it, you know, a leg of lamb is 20 odd quid, and we don't like lamb cold. So, you know, definitely better value. But thank you for watching this episode of In the Kitchen with Pen with Barnsley Chops, how to cook them, and I shall see you all again very soon. Bye bye for now.